So we're going to record a quick video, kind of a game recap, kind of just a chit chat about something I realized. I did record this game, and I think I'm gonna cut all of the analysis out of it, and because I'm gonna talk about it in this video, and just upload the gameplay because I do think the gameplay is very interesting. I hope. Anyway, so let's go over this real fast. And I do want to talk about something kind of regarding my last video, or the video about middle games and when I got lost and how frustrating it is and how it happens. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6. Sorry if you watched that other video. D4, we are doing the Scotch right now. E takes D4, knight takes D4, knight F6. That's fine. Knight C3, bishop B4. This is like known. This is a tricky situation. If you try to defend this pawn, maybe F3. I didn't look at it, but I hate it. It opens up way too much. Generally, though, I'm pretty sure 90% you snap this off. You snap that off. That way, if they retake or however they retake here, maybe you come in this way. Knight takes. Knight comes in here. I mean, and you're just going for activity. So knight takes c6. They throw in an intermezzo. Bishop takes c3, ruining my pawn structure, but that's okay. They attack back. B takes c6. Okay, with this, I am not trying to grind into an endgame. I'm looking for checkmate, and I'm trying to be as active as possible. Bishop d3, protecting that loose pawn. A5. I don't like this move. I think this is a clear loss of tempo. I don't understand why. My opponent played it. That's okay. And then here, I know the engine likes, and it's something that we'll probably try to implement in the future. The engine really likes E5. E5 is not the same loss of tempo. One, it's a center pawn, but it's immediately attacking a knight, getting the knight to move, and then I can continue on with my day. Instead, I go bishop a3, trying to stop the king from castling. They go d6. This is not a full loss of a tempo. It does release the light squared bishop, and that's perfectly fine. It does allow my opponent to castle. Again, that's okay. I castle. I'm expecting them to castle, but they go c5. I don't like c5. I think that's a super loss of a tempo. It opens up this diagonal to the king. Whoops. This diagonal to the king. They have one piece out, and I have, so if we're going by tempo, I have 1, 2 pieces out with my king castled. That's 3 tempo to their 1. And it's my turn, so that's an extra tempo, so it's 4-1. If I was smarter, you could say, I would say to myself, 4 tempo equals, 1 pawn. I can stand to lose a single pawn, and I would have pushed e5. E5 is screaming to be played in this situation because they have to take. Right? Okay, cool. And now I can everything. Like, I get this pawn back, so it's not even a pawn sacrifice. I can move my rook here and start getting super aggressive with it. Anyway, did not play e5. Played f4 because I was nervous about... I thought I didn't want to just lose the pawn to lose the pawn. And so they go g4. Again, this is their 1 tempo. I don't know, right? I kind of waste a move of my own. Bishop b5 is not the best. Maybe kicking the knight immediately, though that would bring it into here, so maybe not. But it's there, right? Okay, they could have had this fork just immediately, which is super funny, and they did not play it. Anyway, so they bring their queen in. Figured this would be the case. They're threatening mate m1. I stop mate m1, knight e3. Queen f3. And here, if we're talking middle game plans, this is all not super difficult to find. Okay, I want to give a check and get my bishop on a different diagonal. Not the best plan, but it at least stops them from castling if they want to block. So, granted, let's talk about this. Their best option is to block here because my idea in the game was bishop takes. I didn't realize queen takes, right? For some reason, I was like, oh, bishop, and then I win a piece. I don't win a piece. This keeps it even. So better, for those playing against the Scotch in this situation, better to block with your bishop. Keep your pieces on the board. Or not keep your pieces on the board, but keep castling rights. Because here, right? Here, castle. Castle. That's all I would want to play at this point. Oh my gosh. I need to castle. This bishop, while not out of the game, is not providing as much pressure as you would want. Okay, this bishop, I'm still in the preparatory phases. You have to catch up somehow. Like, this isn't going to do it because I'm just going to push my pawn again and get a tempo when you come back. Like, where do you even go? Right? So then you're going to come back, and then I'm going to hit you with this, and then, yada, yada, neener, neener. Anyway, castle, castle. Bishop g4, bishop 5, e-pawn push. They're threatening mate, h3. And then here, I realize that if they want to take, sure, I won't even take back immediately. I'm going to take your rook. And then good luck protecting your bishop. You're going to have to bring your queen all the way back. So now I'm going to get a rook and a knight for a rook. They go ahead and move it. That's perfectly fine. And then here's where I kind of mess up. And this is one of the points of the video in that it's where I personally very much struggle in my personal chess journey. Okay, c4 is a losing move. Here, this position, I'm winning. I'm winning hard. I have all the cards. Okay. And I just give it up because of c4. And c4 was the move I looked at the least amount of time. I just thought, oh, let's be safe, which is never a thing you want to do. Solidify my bishop on b5. Why? I don't know. Solidify my bishop, accept the exchange because I am in such a great position. Instead, it just kind of loses, right? Better would be here, rook takes, and I'm still killing it. Okay, I can take, here, looking down this way. And then, so these situations, this is not hard to look at. This isn't hard to see. But I'm like, in this position, I was like, and I don't see a future for my pieces. I don't see the attack. You don't have to see the attack, okay? You don't have to always see the attack. c4, willingly giving up. Did I see the attack here? No. No, I didn't. So what's the difference between this position and, say, where was it? Not there. Here. Takes, here, threatening mate, so they have to come up. What's the difference? There's not a lot, and this is just a better position, and I have other ideas here, right? My idea, though, not the best, but still winning, is double attacking these two pieces. And then say you come back to defend, I can just take that, right? Because if you take, I win your bishop, and I'm still threatening mate. So that's kind of like where I think part of my downfall is I use the justification that I don't see what's happening with my pieces, and because of that, I play like weird moves I think are safe, even though I can look down the line and see kind of where it goes, and I'm like, meh. So c4 absolutely loses. Okay. Bishop takes. Yeah, attacking the queen. Why not? I decide to trade off here. Here I'm losing because if they take and during the game, I'm like, oh, haha, I'm attacking a pawn. And this isn't the easiest thing to defend, But, like, it's not that hard. What about here? You're up an exchange. What are we doing? So, anyway, your bishop's passive. Well, here you create a little fortress because there's no dark. There's a dark squared bishop, but like here you get your rook out. It's really not that big of a deal. Here, what are we doing? Well, we're losing, but you can see what I mean. And even in this position, there is some there's some venom. What about here? What would I do here? Right? Probably come this way. You can come up, and I'm going to take your rook. You can come down, I'm going to take your rook. You can come here, I'm going to take your queen. It's not super easy, I guess, to see why this is so losing. But they go back anyway. Okay, so they believed me. Nice, haha. Here, attacking the two... here attacking the, and again, this is a different kind of part of the same idea, is I don't really know what to do here. I've messed up. And here I'm just attacking a weak pawn, looking at maybe attacking a second weak pawn to get here, to maybe come back this way and threaten mate. And then they go g5. And g5, unfortunately, just loses the game outright. Which I very much suspected because I can now take. I get a tempo on the rook. Queen g8 is a very interesting idea. Queen g8 is super interesting. So what do we do? Queen g8? Well, I'd still come here. You'd still maybe come here. I could go here. Queen g8 super interesting. Still, I think, winning quite handedly. Not to mention, that's not a good move. But, yeah. So I think this is an interesting, it's instructive to me personally because it kind of shows where I go wrong in a lot of my games, as well as a mentality that I think causes me a lot of grief, right? The easiest thing in the world here is to ignore the rook and take the aggressive knight and let this happen. Because there's still moves, right? Takes, comes over. I don't remember if I saw this in game, to be perfectly honest, but I do, I see it. And the fact that I couldn't reach this position is an issue in and of itself, right? Oh, I can't take because then they take back and then I could fork them, but this is defended. And now I'm focusing on a random pawn with no reason when I can bring my rook over and attack a loose piece or a loose pawn. Okay, so then we come back. And do I see my future? No, but that's not my problem. That's future Chris's problem that he needs to deal with. And so now, why don't we come here? How do you defend this pawn? Because I'll take, and now you've got different issues, right? How do you defend this? Maybe you come back. Well, I'm gonna come here, push, and it gets real messy real fast, and your king is out of the game. And to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure I just had a losing line with black because as soon as I'm here, I'm threatening just to hit mate, right? So yeah, you're protecting this pawn, but this is mate because of this rook. Anyway, so that's, I think, what we're going to work on in a bit of the longer term is being able to look at a position, calculate a few moves, and even if I don't see the future of a piece on a particular square, I need to evaluate how do I describe it? Um, Learn how to evaluate that a little differently than what I do. Because right now, what I do is I say, oh, I can't see the future of my queen on h4, so I don't ever put it there. And I end up losing the game when the queen on h4 is just, with air quotes, a more active piece than where I had it. If you don't know, I lost a game like that, and one of the better moves is queen h4. at like some point. This is I'm referencing a game that will never see the light of day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the game recap. We will talk to you later. I might upload the live play of the game. I'll definitely be uploading it separately after I cut off all the analysis, because, well, if you don't, I'm a gabber. I don't know if you know this. I'm a gabber. If you see over here, right, c4, I went into a pretty big rabbit hole about like why this move is so bad. And if we talk about why it's so bad, right? I don't know if did we do this in the video? Okay, whatever. They can just takes, and there's nothing easily to do. There's nothing super easily to attack or defend, and I mean, like, this is just, it's not great. Now we are attacking here. But then what if you like come here, or you come here? And there's just, we've more or less piddled out at this point. So c4 was not great. And what's irritating is how little time I spent on c4. I said, oh, or c4 and just protect it and accept the sack the exchange. But when you sack the exchange, you need to have something in mind. There's a book called Power Chess for Kids, which is a lot of fun, and it talks about in calculation when it's like a ply and a half, you need to have like takes bang, or move bang. So you have to have an idea of like what you want to do. If we use that mindset, move, bang, we're threatening. Okay, cool. So then you take back, move, and then now we're threatening something else here. And then this is I think the critical. Let's actually test it, right? Is this the critical line? So move, rook takes. So this is what I was worried about, by the way. Would I have? No. So queen takes, g takes h3, rook takes b5. And it's even, I guess. Queen takes, g takes, rook takes, pawn takes, you go to the center. You come back to defend. You take? What? Check. Here. Oh, and you win the rook. Haha! Okay. Anyway. c4's terrible. So queen takes c3. How did we do, right, with this? C takes d, rook e1. Okay, so the top move is d7, protecting this. Next best, I guess, is here. We'll say here. Well, here, and pushing is, I mean, it's kind of pinned, right? Like here, and then you're going back anyway. And then we're in this same position, except I have a little more room. Okay, so d7, and then rook over, which I didn't find. I saw this one, right? You come back. This is defended. We can come back. Okay. As a little aside, I don't think when you're analyzing it yourself with the evaluation bar or the engine, this is where I think we can run into problems, because there's one crushing move, which is sure. There's one crushing move, and then the rest of it is like good. So let's not get we don't want to get hung up on said crushing moves because it's good. It's fine. We don't have to like stress that much to find like the one crushing move because everything else is going really well. I did look at this. Okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope we all learned something, especially about mindsets and as we get better, pitfalls we can run into. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you later. Bye.